You know that feeling when you're about to try something totally new? That little flutter of excitement mixed with, well, a whole lot of nerves? Today, we're going to jump right into that exact moment, following the story of someone's very first yoga class. I mean, how relatable is this? I think we've all been there. You've heard everyone talking about something, but you have zero idea what it's actually like. This feeling, this is the perfect starting line for this whole journey. Okay, so let's set the scene here. We're talking about the moments before the class even starts, before you've even stepped on the mat. Your mind is already going a mile a minute, right? There's that curiosity for sure, but it's all tangled up with a big dose of anxiety and a bunch of what if questions. And these are the classic ones, aren't they? Those little voices in your head that can stop you before you even start. Am I going to be any good at this? Am I flexible enough? Strong enough? It's that fear of not measuring up, and honestly, it's a huge hurdle for so many of us. But then the class actually starts. And you know what the first instruction is? It's not some crazy, complicated pretzel-like pose. Nope. It's something way more basic. Something we literally do all day, every day, usually without giving it a single thought. It all kicks off right here. Not with a movement, but with a breath. A really intentional one. And there's a super cool reason for this. When you deliberately slow down your exhale, you're basically flipping a switch in your nervous system. You're activating your body's built-in chill-out mode. So the teacher's first move wasn't about pushing the body. It was about sending a message to the brain. Hey, it's okay. You can relax now. And what's wild is how fast it works. It's almost immediate. Just focusing on your breath like that, it creates this little pocket of quiet. Suddenly, all those anxieties, the mental to-do list, all that noise from the outside world, it just starts to fade away. It's this incredible first step from constantly doing to just being. All right, so now that the mind is a little more settled, the focus shifts to the physical part. And this is where it gets really interesting, because that same breath you use to calm your mind, now it's going to become the guide for your body. It's all about connecting those two. And just to be clear, we're not talking about anything super acrobatic here. The whole thing starts with these really foundational poses. Each one is designed to work your body in a different way, maybe waking up muscles you didn't know you had, or just testing your balance a bit. But it's all done in this really gentle, kind of, let's see what happens way. And this is where the big mental shift happens. You realize pretty quickly that this isn't about looking perfect, like someone on the cover of a magazine. The real work is happening on the inside. It's all about listening to your own body, figuring out what it can do, respecting its limits, and just working with it, not fighting against it. I think this really nails the biggest surprise for a lot of beginners. You might walk in expecting just a workout, something to make you sweat. But what you discover is something way, way deeper. It turns into this mindful experience where you're actually paying attention to every little movement and sensation. And this is where that connection gets really solid. Your breath becomes the rhythm, almost like the soundtrack for your body's movements. And as you start linking them together, you realize you're doing more than just stretching a muscle. You're actually letting go of all this stored up tension, both in your body and your mind. It just pulls you right into the present moment. So as the class starts winding down, everything that you've done so far starts building towards the final piece of the puzzle. And for a lot of people, this is actually the most powerful part of the whole thing. It's where everything clicks and this incredible stillness just washes over you. It's called Shavasana. And it might sound ridiculously simple. You just lie on your back and do nothing. But after an entire hour of connecting your mind, your breath, and your body, doing nothing is unbelievably powerful. It's like you're giving your whole system a chance to just soak in all the good stuff you just did. And here's the payoff. You don't feel wiped out. You feel clear. It's like a thick mental fog has just been lifted, and all that's left behind is this quiet, focused calm. It's a total mental reset. And man, it can feel completely transformative. Wow, what a perfect way to put it, right? It goes beyond just feeling relaxed. It's more like feeling renewed. Like you've just opened a window inside your mind and let a blast of fresh air sweep out all the junk. So if you boil this whole experience down, you're left with these three amazing lessons. First, peace isn't something you go out and find. It's something you create, starting with your breath. Second, Real strength isn't about forcing things, it's about patience. And maybe most importantly, none of it happens unless you make that decision to just show up for yourself. And really, that leads to the ultimate realization here. Taking care of yourself like this, it's not some fluffy luxury. It's not an indulgence. Making the time to actually connect with yourself, to breathe, to move your body with purpose, that's a flat-out necessity for a healthy life. So, in the end, this whole story about a first yoga class, it kind of becomes a question for all of us, doesn't it? Maybe for you, it's not a yoga mat. Maybe it's a hiking trail or just a quiet corner with a notebook. But it makes you wonder, what journey inward is waiting for you to take that first step?